Nebraska did not win.
No, they didn't.
For the second week in a row.
Colorado 4 turnovers for the second week in a row.
So that's the story. So 4 turnovers again. There were 4 fumbles, 3 of them lost, and Jeff Sims threw another interception.
Yep.
Did have a long touchdown run, so did have a highlight play. But while the rest of the nation talks about Colorado and Coach Prime and the 2-0 or 2-0 start, I mean, this is a Big Ten podcast.
Yeah.
And so we'll give our props to Coach Prime.
He deserves it.
He here. He's here.
He here. Yeah, he's been doing his thing.
Nebraska not here.
So this is the thing about Nebraska. I saw this. I had to reach out to one of my way more intelligent friends. This is the first time a team has had 8+ sacks in a game and has lost the football game since at least 2005.
Wow.
So think about that. Think about how much pressure Shedeur Sanders was under consistently in that football game. Think about how many times they got a hit on the quarterback, a premium player, a guy who is building a Heisman campaign. Usually when you can play defensive football that way, you're able to win the football game. But most of those games where you get 8 sacks, you probably ain't turning the football over 4 times too. And you put your defense in such a hard spot. And I think for this Nebraska team to break through, they have to protect the ball. Like this was a game that was close at one point. Mm-hmm. And then it started to get away from them. Mm-hmm. You can't give teams an opportunity to have the ball more. Possession of the ball is the most important thing in the game of football. And Nebraska has not grasped that concept up to this point. And so I think that their mistakes are not necessarily easily fixed, but it's easily pointed to. I think the rest of the game that they played was solid overall. Like Jeff Sims, I wish he was a little bit better of a passer, but he's a great athlete. Like they're going to have to work with that, but he has to protect the football. The rest of the players on that offense have to protect the football, and then ultimately gives them a shot to compete.
Yeah, people really don't understand how important that turnover battle is in games, and the percentages of you winning when you are -1, -2. Then you talk about -3, -4. It's almost non-existent where you're winning that type of ball game because you just give the other team more opportunities. And when you have the talent like Shedeur Sanders and the way he's playing, I mean, he's thrown for over 900 yards.
It's ridiculous.
And 7 touchdown passes or whatever it is in the first 2 weeks of the season. The guy can get it done. And so when you give a guy that talented and with the weapons that they have on the offensive side of the ball, that many chances, eventually they're going to score. And you just put yourself in such a deficit every time you turn over the ball. And that's something that Nebraska is learning the really hard way.
Yeah, I'm not sure, though, they win this game even if they don't lose the turnover battle.
I think they got a way better shot. Like I think
sure they have a better shot.
Part of that too is the momentum swings that come with it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the other team gains confidence and you lose confidence at the same time. So that delta starts to build with every turnover. Like I truly think that this game could have been rewritten, and this is not to bash Colorado and the effort that they made because they got to make plays on the other end. Yeah. But it's just like the impact it has. Like I've been that guy where, like, damn, our quarterback just turned it over again. Like, I got to run out here. I didn't even get to make all of my adjustments yet, and we're back out on the field. That's a hard place to be.
Not even that, though. They're on the road, too, which, you get the crowd involved. It's their home opener. Yeah. It's probably the biggest home opener.
They probably sold out for the first time in forever.
They were.
Right?
Like, I mean, so they were into it, and so it just makes it a tougher environment to play in. But it also, like you said, it's such a momentum swing and a confidence. It just takes your confidence out of it when you're going every other play, you're turning over the ball, and you're going, gosh, what do we have to do to get this thing going the right direction?
It's a tough one for Matt Rule, too, because one part of me wants to say, I'll give him some time.
Right.
But then you're playing a team that is in the same situation.
I know. It's hard,
and
right?
turned over the roster.
But Matt Rule is a great coach. And it's like, I think what Prime has done is an aberration, right? It's not the rule. It's probably the exception.
He's one of one.
Yeah, we should give the grace of Matt Rule needs some time. And historically, his turnarounds have not been year one. They have been year 2 and beyond. And so I think we need to keep that lens. But he's sitting back, and he's going to watch that tape, and he's going to be just like us. Like, damn, man, we got to protect that football.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, those are the worst meetings to go into the next day as a player because you sit there and you're cringing and you just know that your time's coming, especially if you're one of the players that lost the ball. But you feel that, and everybody feels that in there, but when it's you and you get highlighted, you feel like you let that team down. So you got to make sure, too, with a quarterback like Jeff Sims, who you want to be your star, that does a lot of good things with his legs and is still developing as a thrower, that you want to keep his confidence because you're going to need him down the road.